At 35,000 feet above the Atlantic Ocean, Air France Flight 447 was flying normally. No one on board knew this flight would never reach Paris. The aircraft was modern, reliable, and considered very safe. The pilots were trained, experienced, and calm. Yet within just 4 minutes, 228 people would lose their lives. Not because of an explosion, but because of confusion. On June 1, 2009, Flight 447 departed from Rio de Janeiro to Paris. There were 228 passengers and crew members on board. Most passengers were asleep as the plane crossed the Atlantic at night. Everything about the flight felt routine. Ahead of the aircraft were large storm clouds. This was normal for this region and season. The pilots slightly changed course to avoid the worst weather. There was no sense of danger at this point. The captain left the cockpit to take his scheduled rest. 2 first officers remained in control of the plane. The aircraft continued flying smoothly through the dark sky. Then something small began to go wrong. Tiny ice crystals formed at high altitude. They blocked the pitot tubes, which measure airspeed. The plane suddenly received incorrect speed information. A warning sound filled the cockpit. The pilots now had to fly manually. The aircraft was still completely controllable. This situation was not supposed to be deadly. One pilot reacted instinctively and pulled the nose upward. This single action changed everything. Instead of pushing the nose down, they continued pulling it up. The plane was no longer flying forward. It was falling. The stall warning stopped and started repeatedly. This confused the pilots even more. They believed the problem was something else. No one clearly said the word stall. The captain returned to the cockpit. He had only seconds to understand the situation. There was no clear explanation from the other pilots. The aircraft was already descending rapidly. One pilot was pulling the controls up without realizing it. The others did not notice this critical mistake. The cockpit voice recording later revealed total confusion. No one fully took command. For more than 3 minutes, the plane fell from the sky. The nose was still pointing upward. Passengers likely lost consciousness before impact. There was no time to react. At 2:14 a.m., Flight 447 hit the Atlantic Ocean. All 228 people were killed instantly. The wreckage disappeared into deep water. The exact cause remained unknown. The search for the black boxes lasted nearly 2 years. Much of the ocean floor had to be scanned. When the black boxes were finally found, the truth was shocking. The plane had not malfunctioned. The engines were working until the end. The aircraft responded correctly to pilot inputs. The crash was caused by human misunderstanding. The pilots never recovered from the stall. After this disaster, pilot training changed worldwide. Manual flying skills became a priority again. Airlines realized automation had made pilots less prepared. Technology alone was not enough. Air France 447 was not caused by one big failure. It was caused by small mistakes under pressure. This crash remains one of aviation's most painful lessons. A reminder that confusion can be deadly. So ask yourself one question. If you were in that cockpit, whoa.